Hey everybody, my name is David Silverberg, and today I'm going to get to show off one of my favorite integration features with MailChimp, which is the ability to actually automatically email any potential client or any person that fills out one of your intake forms. So when you create an automatic intake form with PracticePanther, you'll be able to have them hit submit on the form and automatically receive an email from you saying whatever you like, maybe next steps, what to expect from your firm, thanking them for contacting you. Maybe you can use an online scheduler and send them an automatic link to schedule a consultation with you, whatever the case may be. Now, the way this works is whenever we use an intake form, and a contact is created on PracticePanther with that intake form, the contact is automatically tagged with the name of that form, which allows us to filter our contacts list with the name of the form. So I'm going to try out the intake training test form. Nope, got no one. Let me try another one. Okay, so I was able to pull up using my new trainee intake test. We have here my Marcos Diaz client that originally found us from this intake form. So all contacts that fill out forms are automatically tagged with the name of the form, so you can easily pull up a list of them, and more specifically, pull up a list of the ones that found you from the last 7 days, last 30 days, what have you. Now, we also have an awesome integration with MailChimp. Our integration with MailChimp sends over all contacts that have email addresses to MailChimp, along with whatever tags they have. So these tags are over there in MailChimp to allow you to select a certain group of people and email blast all of them in one shot instead of having to email each individual one. MailChimp is awesome, and they are free, I believe, for the first 2,000 contacts. So I would definitely advise checking out the integration. It's in our settings page. If we just scroll down to our integration section here and go to MailChimp right there, there's a whole article in our help center on how to get it connected with MailChimp. So I definitely recommend checking that out and connecting them as soon as you get a chance. Now, what all this means is in MailChimp, you can choose to manually email blast and just say, hey, right now I want to go ahead and email this group of 20 people that are under my recent new client tag. But you can also email blast the tags that are from the intake form. MailChimp can also take it a step further and set up an automation that says anytime a contact comes into MailChimp and gets added to a list or it gets tagged in PracticePanther, automatically email them immediately or 5 days after, 5 minutes after. You have all that kind of control. And I'm going to show you how to set all that up right now. In MailChimp, simply hit create on the top, email, automated. Then we're going to go ahead and hit custom on the right here. You're going to select the list, in other words, PracticePanther or whatever the name of the company is that you have connected to MailChimp from PracticePanther. Call it whatever you like. Then hit begin. From here, it's as simple as hitting edit on the trigger right here. The trigger being what is causing this email chain to start. So what's triggering this automation? So we're going to hit edit. And lastly, we're going to hit change trigger. We want to change what the trigger is for this email campaign. From here, we have a lot of options, but we want to pay attention to the list management. And we're going to select the option joins list group, which in other words means anytime they get tagged on PracticePanther with a certain tag. This also means you can simply have maybe an automation for whenever a client finds you from Twitter and you have a tag on PracticePanther called Twitter. So even after the contact is created, you find out at some point that they found you from Twitter. You can, even after the contact has been created, edit the contact and add the tag Twitter and start an automation here thanking them for finding you on Twitter, whatever the case may be. So we're going to hit joins list group. And the last step here is to pick the exact tag that you would like to trigger this automation. And you'll see all your tags, including the intake form tags. So I'm going to hit my intake training test as the tag to start this automation. So if anyone ever fills out my intake training test intake form, I want them to immediately, so you have options here, immediately, hours, days, or weeks. I want them to immediately get this email campaign. So I'm going to hit update trigger on the top right. And then I can start designing my email on the right here. Now, I'm not going to get into whole details on actually designing the email because there's 1,000 different ways that you can go about designing the actual email. If you want to add additional emails, you hit add email so they can actually get multiple emails throughout the course of weeks, days, months, whatever. You have full control over all of that and can easily streamline the intake process for your clients. So as they submit an intake form, they receive an email from you directly advising them on what to expect next from your firm and what the next steps that you might need from them. And that's all. Enjoy.